3, I'm going to call the city council meeting to order. If you could all please rise for a moment of silence. Thank you. If you could turn and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Clerk, would you call the roll of council members, please?
Lehman.
Here.
Hodak.
Here.
Cassidy.
Here.
Baker.
Here.
Brine.
Here.
Mendoza.
Here.
Guernsey.
Yes, here.
Everybody's here. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Mendoza, a second by Baker to approve the minutes of the previous meeting. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman.
Yes.
Hodak.
Yes.
Cassidy.
Yes.
Baker.
Yes.
Grine.
Yes.
Mendoza.
Yes.
Guernsey.
Yes.
The minutes have been approved. Do you have any communications?
I have none. Thank you.
Report of the committees, Finance Committee.
And nothing new to report. However, the next meeting will be held on Tuesday, August 18th at 5:30 p.m. in council chambers.
Great, thank you. Public Affairs Committee.
The city's website calendar includes the following upcoming events. Wednesday, August 5th, Lunch on the Lawn from 12 to 1 p.m. at the Municipal Building, 213 South Main. Friday, August 7th, Space Cats will perform from 6 to 9 p.m. in the alley at 115 South Main. Friday, August 7th, Family Movie Night at the Green Space from 8:30 to 11 p.m., 105 East Tiffin. Saturday, August 8th, Fostoria's Farmers Market from 9 to 1 p.m. in downtown. Saturday, August 8th, Celebrating Arts fundraising event from 1 to 5 p.m. at 214 South Main. Wednesday, August 12th, Ice Cream Social and Meet the Teams at the Green Space from 6 to 8:30 p.m., 105 East Tiffin. And Sunday, August 16th, Night Session Big Band will perform from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Foundation Park. Thank you. That is all.
Thank you very much. Law and Ordinance Committee.
Nothing new to report. The Law and Ordinance Committee will meet again on Tuesday, August 18th at 5:15 here in council chambers.
Thank you very much. Report of Officers, Mr. Mayor.
I have nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Director of Law.
Thank you. Our levy ballot measure has been submitted to the Board of Elections. They have then sent it off to the Secretary of State. So we're on our roll with that. Now we just have to wait for word back from the Secretary of State, but we should be all good to go for the general election. Also, as far as the new business, the EMS legislation that you see, the second piece of new business, we would be asking that that be passed as an emergency tonight just to meet some deadlines. I can't recall the exact deadline, but the fire chief is here and he can answer any questions you guys have as far as the purpose of the legislation or what it is or deadlines or anything like that. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Director of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just have one new piece of legislation tonight. It's a then and now for an invoice that we need to get paid. I'd ask that we waive the 3 readings on that, please. That's all I have.
Thank you. All right, at this time, we'll move into the public portion, and we have Deb Tyson on the docket for speaking time. We just ask that you limit your comments to 10 minutes or less.
Well, I'm pretty proud of Fostoria and all the events that we've had this summer. I'm excited about tomorrow night, the school bash. I also am proud of a lot of community members. I would like to see less negative from the social media part, especially since they don't seem to be back here showing up, because if you have something to say, any of you can be approached. I've done it before we ever get here. And if we work together as a community, positivity is contagious, but so is negativity. And I think the positivity produces better results. And yeah, I'm very proud of this town. That's all.
Thank you. We also have Renee Vogelsong on the docket. Welcome back. And we just ask you to limit your time to 10 minutes or less.
I will try. Anyhow, Renee Vogelsong, 702 East High Street. First off, I got me a little cheat sheet. Memory don't go too well now. The splash pad, I noticed that when it was first brought up, there was no age limit. It could be anywhere 60, 70 years old, be able to use it. But the stuff they put into it is for now, what, 12, recommended 12 and under? But you look at Defiance, you look at other places, and they say 12 and under needs to have a parent or guardian in the splash pad with them. Okay, so we got one that's just for kids. We still haven't, and we got a nice park. That's a great park they put up there for inclusive. But what's the teens supposed to do? We still haven't did anything for the teens. I brought up a while back and got some little backlash about the why. Once or twice a month during the summer, the city come out. It would be cheaper for the city to go rent out for the day a couple times a month for the kids to go in there and enjoy a swim. I understand the ones that's members might not like it too well on that, but they're still getting paid. They'll still get money through it. There's got to be something else. Maybe we can find a piece of property and put up a little skate park. Cities are doing that, again, all over the place, getting skate parks up for the teens. Buckley Courts over there. I've went by there a couple times, and there's kids out there. And one day I went by there, he had a push broom. He was sweeping off the area. So they got a quarter court basketball, not a half court, quarter court basketball for 4 kids to play basketball at. Sit there and watch. 4 kids try to play basketball on that thing. What's wrong? That part of that could have been cut out, leave them have a little, at least half court basketball. But that's and the splash pad in the park. Before damages start, what's wrong with putting up a couple cameras just like they got out to the recycle? They don't have to be looked at or reviewed unless there's a problem. They can go back and see them. That's what they do out there. They don't watch them all the time, 24/7. If there's an issue, somebody's dumped something wrong or whatever, they go in, they call down, they go back on the film and look and see who did it. This could be done there too. It could stop it before it starts on the damage. The other thing is data centers. They're talking about them over in Hancock County. Now, if they start getting too close to our water systems, which we, I guess, do Arcadia. I guess Arcadia gets our water. What's that going to do coming backwards? Okay. Is there something that can be done, brought up? Hey, we're going to put a hold data centers within the limits of our water systems, keep it out of there somehow. Another thing is corner of East High and Springville. A couple of years ago, I brought pictures in and showed everybody with my car sitting beside the manhole for the water system, how high up it was. It wasn't just tire height. It was up quite a bit. It was up to where it was on my, I had a PT Cruiser at the time, and it was up to the side of the car. Saying here just not too long ago, there was a pickup that went by there. He sat in front of our driveway and changed his right rear tire because he hit it. It's not off the road that far. There's a little bit of grass there. I gave ideas, putting up a little guard around it, different things. Nothing's been done except these, I think there's 5 of those orange snow sticks. So you can tell where there's something at. There's 5 of them around it. That don't do anything. These door knockers, I'm tired of them. I got a sign at my house and it says, no trespassing, no soliciting. They will still come up and ring that doorbell. And I'll tell them, don't want anything? Go. They stand there. They want to argue with you. Oh, no, you need to go with us for your electric. You need to go with us for this, for that. I don't want that. I got AEP and I'm staying with it. I ain't going with this other stuff and having my rates jacked up. But we need to calm down these solicitors somehow. They're getting to be I know you're laughing at me. You think it's funny.
No, I'm not laughing at you,
Okay.
because I've had that scenario too.
And it's getting very bad. They're very pushy. Had some other people that they've been pushy too. One was an elderly lady. They don't need to do that. She lives right down the street from me. Her husband died a few years back, and they went down there and they had her almost crying. Now this is ridiculous. You tell them to get off your property. We want them off the property, or let's stop and only have certain type of solicitation out there. These guys just need to be done with. And look, can we find a way to put this back on the ballot? To vote in instead of voting out on this stuff for these electrics and that. This is crazy. We gotta get that changed again. Get it back to like, hey, if we want it, we will call you and tell you we want on it. Not, no, we're automatically going to be put on it if we don't call you. The other thing, it upsets somebody, but I'm going to say it. This doing away with the 3 reading rule. There's a reason to have the 3 reading rule. That way, if the public hears it, they can come in and they can talk about it. Or they can just get a hold of a council person and talk about it. Hey, why is this being done? Why is that being done? Just because finance director comes in and everything, I think I might have missed 1 or 2 of the meetings on YouTube that maybe it wasn't asked for. Let's avoid the 3 reading rule. We need this passed through because of time constraint. You know what? If there's that much of a time constraint, you knew about it beforehand. And if you don't know what this 3 reading rule's for and needed for, maybe we got the wrong person in that position. And maybe we need to start voting these people in instead of just being appointed. The other thing is, and I'll be done with it, is there's a number of empty lots. Seeing a lot of towns in Ohio, smaller towns, has taken these empty lots that the city ends up with, and they're putting 1 or 2 tiny houses on. Does it meet the zoning? No, because they put things in there so it can be done. At least you get a 1 person or a 2 person in a house and at a reasonable rate. I don't know how you want to do that, but something needs to be done. We need to get more housing in town for singles and couples. So thank you for your time. It's good to be back. Sorry, but I had to say it. You have a good day.
Thanks, Renee. All right, at this time, we'll open it up to members of the general public who are not on the docket that wish to address council. We just ask that you state your name for the record and limit your comments to 3 minutes or less.
Good morning, evening, Jill Affiliator, 402 West Culbertson Street. I just want to touch base real quick. I want to say that I am appreciative. We had an issue with our Friday night event overlapping with an event that was being done at the green space. Now, I understand that the city has nothing to do with the green space, so we all get denials if we try to use the green space, and we have to go through each individual person. Totally understand that. The good thing is that because people are working together, I was able to talk to the library. We renegotiated the time frame so that both events can happen. And that is the kind of thing we need to see in Fostoria. We know that there might be overlaps. We all know that we're trying to get things going in the community. And if we all work together, we'll be able to make it work. That's one example. Saturday's example is another one. We have farmers market. We have a person who's assisting with farmers market because we don't have that group put together yet again. And that person didn't have her food truck people, but I have a food truck group. We're working together because we're going from one event to the next event, and we're coexisting so that it makes it for a really great group event. So more people will come down to partake, weather permitting. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. So those are the kind of things that I want to see more of. That is what the community, keeping it local for the locals, working together to make it happen. But we can't do that if we don't have cooperation on all different levels. And we can't get angry at one another because, well, they're taking my space. It's all about making it work. And I was really appreciative of the library who was able to, we worked it out. We made it so that it was going to be hopefully a really good event for both parties. So I'm hoping we can see more of that coming in the future. I'm still putting my paperwork in to the Parks group to see if they will at least entertain next year to have the nonprofits come in once a week and man that concession stand so that we keep it local. The money stays local. It stays with the nonprofits. I understand that it would require a committee chairperson, and it doesn't have to be me if they don't want me to be doing it, but at least somebody who could make sure that it happens so that we can all community effort, community engagement, community. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other members of the public wish to address council? Chief Root, were you planning on speaking or just here for questions on that resolution? Perfect. So we'll hit that. If we have questions when we get to that one, we'll ask. So stay tuned. All right, we will move into, actually, seeing no old business, we will move into new business. And we will start with the first one.
A resolution approving and ratifying the prior acts of the department heads and safety service director and approving then and now certificates for said expenditures and declaring an emergency.
Move to suspend the 3-reading rule.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Podak, a second by Cassidy to suspend the 3-reading rule on 3 separate occasions. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman,
Yes.
Podak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Grine,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Guernsey.
Yes.
The 3-reading rule has been suspended.
Move to adopt.
Second.
We have a motion by Mendoza, a second by Cassidy to adopt. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman,
Yes.
Podak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Grine,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Guernsey.
Yes.
All right, that does carry. It becomes resolution number 2026-5757.
An ordinance to authorize, direct, and empower the Director of Public Service and Safety to execute a memorandum of understanding with the Ohio Department of Medical, ODM, for the Emergency Medical Service, EMS, Supplement Payment Program authorizing intergovernmental transfers, IGIs, of permissible public funds and declaring an emergency to exist.
Does anyone wish to have any discussion on this ordinance?
I would like the fire chief to explain that further.
Perfect. Come on up, Chief Root, and he's got a whole folder, so I think he's prepared.
As long as we're not more confused afterwards.
I was just going to say, I'll try to do my best. So this leads back to the 2024 same program. It's just the state got a hold of it, and the state kind of put their own little twist to the whole thing. And then the PCG group that we've signed up with initially to kind of get our foot in the door is back, making sure that everything's kind of lining up. So now we're at the point where we have to get this MOU with them to make sure it moves forward and we participate in the program. So, and essentially what it is it's a Medicaid supplement that comes in to us that helps to offset the cost for a Medicaid run. Okay. Sorry. Probably one we're getting right now. So we run 300 to 350 Medicaid patient runs annually. And let's say on an average, we get $200 to $300 from Medicaid on that initial run. Well, there's additional federal funding that if you get into a program like this, other states do it, and now the state of Ohio is trying to do it, we can kind of get into that program and we facilitate the whole entire thing with the assistance of PCG, the Public Consulting Group, and they help us get this additional funding, and it could be with our run volume that we're looking, I don't want to say exact numbers, but it's, let's say $40,000 to $70,000 additionally annually. And it'll be just like an annual submission that will run through the groups, ODM as well as PCG, and then the auditor's office and stuff like that. So it's kind of still, obviously this hasn't occurred yet. It's just now happening for the state of Ohio. Other states have been doing this for a decade. So that's the bare bones, I guess, easy description. I wish I had more, answers to some of it, but I can try to answer any questions if you guys have it.
So this ordinance, as I understand it, we are actually becoming a provider within ODM for Medicaid reimbursements, which is step one. We have this separate contract with IGT to actually be the third party that takes care of the billing for us, correct?
PCG.
Yeah.
PCG would take
Okay.
10% of the federal
Right,
collected funds.
right. So, but what we're agreeing to tonight is we're actually going into a memorandum of understanding or a cooperative agreement with the Ohio Department of Medicaid. That's what this is. Are we going to need to sign a new agreement with that?
With PCG, no.
Okay.
So that one we did before to start this whole thing up, that is still in effect.
We already have that piece in place.
Yep.
I'm trying to connect the dots on why this is an emergency.
So PCG has a deadline of, I believe, the 16th of August to get them all in from the participating parties that signed up early.
Okay?
And that's why I just got the email last week from them. You know how that works.
I do know
So,
how
yeah,
it works.
It's crazy. So
But we have a deadline of
they want it by the 6th.
August. Okay.
That's
And
why
you just received it within the last 2 weeks. So,
And that's a federal program, and that's the
yeah.
timetable they like to work on.
Exactly.
okay.
So it's a little bit early. I think it's the end of August for ODM, but PCG's got to get everything together, get it collected, make sure everything jives, and then they want it quicker. So we wouldn't be able to achieve it within 3 readings.
Okay. I think that information is helpful for people to understand.
Yeah, and I apologize. I mean, trust me, I wish they've been keeping up with things from time to time, but ODM is their own entity. We don't hear a whole lot from them unless they need something from us.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Anything else? No? Good seeing everybody.
Thank you, Chief Root.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Any further discussion? At this point, we can entertain a motion to suspend if you any way so inclined to do so. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Cassidy, a second by Baker. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman,
Yes.
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Grine,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Guernsey.
Yes.
All right, the 3 reading rule has been waived.
Move to adopt.
Second.
We have a motion by Cassidy, a second by Baker to adopt. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman,
Yes.
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Grine,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Guernsey.
Yes.
All right, that does carry. It becomes ordinance number 2026-58. 58. Thank you.
An ordinance enacting new section 145.10 of chapter 145 of the codified ordinances of the city of Fostoria, Ohio, entitled Regulations of Special Events Within City Limits and declaring an emergency to exist.
That was the first reading of that ordinance and concludes new business. Is there any need to go into executive session this evening? Seeing none, is there any miscellaneous business this evening? Also seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
So a motion by Cassidy, a second by Baker to adjourn. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Lehman,
Yes.
Kodak,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Grine,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Guernsey.
Yes.
We are adjourned at 6:27.